Hey everyone, I'm Brad Nelson.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And you're watching the Versus series on StarCityGames.com. All right, well, we are finally back from Christmas vacation. Yes. We're in a new year.
Yep.
It's felt like I haven't seen you on the Versus series since last year.
Yeah, it's been literally 12 months.
Yeah, it's been, no.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been 12 months?
I don't think so.
Is that not how time works?
12 months ago, I think you just moved here, actually.
That's true, I think.
That's true. So now that we've had a whole year, I think it's time for me to evaluate your performances. So thank you for joining me today.
There's no one else in this room.
Yeah, everything was going poorly, but you majored up by wearing a cardigan today.
Yep,
So we'll let it slide. We'll let the whole year slide.
Clutch.
Yeah, and this is going to be a normal thing. We've switched up the pairings a little bit on the Versus series. So I have replaced Majors with Ross Merriam.
Upgrade.
Yep, and Tom has replaced Todd with Majors.
Upgrade.
Yes.
Everything's an upgrade.
Yes, with perspective. Anyway, the actual point of all this, it's going to take us a whole nother year to get back into rhythm of being gone for a couple weeks. But we are back with Aether Revolt. So this is like
New Year, new set.
New Year, new set. In a couple weeks. Actually, no, the pre-release is this weekend. Yeah. Wow.
It sneaks up on you.
It really does.
I think that everything's shifting a bit because they're now releasing the 4 sets evenly throughout the year. So this set gets shifted a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and I mean, we needed it because the standard format has felt a little stale.
A lot of stale.
And hopefully, things change with all this awesome aggression and all these cool new toys. And there's a lot of cool cards that I'm excited about. I will be playing with one of them in my next video against Todd, which is Heart of Kieran, in a Planeswalker Super Friends deck. I'll just spoil that. There's not a single creature. Just have to try it.
Yeah.
But today I'm just going to be the bad guy. I'm going to be the test. I'm playing a pretty boring old Mardu deck, trying out some new mana, because we got Spire of Industry. That's lucky that was at the bottom. Which does help this deck's mana because it is a deck that plays three and a half colors with one in the sideboard, but did have a lot of issues with like keeping enough lands if one of them was missing and you only had an Aether Hub, or just getting that black to win the game with an unlicensed integration.
Yeah, or like Return of Scrappy Scrounger, things like that.
Yeah, and so now the deck has a lot of mana, and it's already so based around artifacts that we moved away from Thalia, since I don't think we're going to need Thalia as much because the format seems fast enough where Ishkanah shouldn't be as big of an issue. So moved back to Pia, got some more artifacts in the deck to make sure you have your mana appropriate. But the big exciting deck is what Ross brought to the table. Also, I'm going to kind of, derail for a quick second, but he got the cool new sleeves too, and they're kind of matted and they feel really good.
This is just an excuse for me to get a peek at my hand.
And I've got the boring old stupid sleeves.
You have Fintuition. That's sweet. I have Squeaky Cheeky Acorn Breaker.
These feel so good. Like, I will play with these. See, I love matted sleeves.
Yeah.
And these are the first time that Star City has had them. So.
Creature Collection sleeves, I guess, are now being matted. We didn't get informed of this.
Yeah, I mean, I just walked in and
they don't tell us anything.
Wow, yeah.
But new year, new set, new sleeves, new headsets.
We don't tell them that we have no idea what we're doing. They think we're professionals.
So I have picked out the best card, and I'm 100% right because I know exactly what I'm doing.
And what is it?
It is SRAM's Expertise. This card is super sweet, 2 white sorcery. Make 3 1/1 servo tokens, and then you can cast a card with CMC 3 or less from your hand for free. Apparently, Wizards doesn't learn because free cards are always insane.
Well, yes, like they are free, but they come at a cost of having to have the card.
Yes.
And
there are a lot of restrictions on this.
And I do like them playing with it and giving us some broken things, but I don't think these are broken effects, right? 4 mana for 3 1/1s isn't broken. I agree. It could create a ripple effect. Also, I should have checked on this. Can you surge your spell?
I am fairly certain you cannot because Surge says if you paid the Surge cost.
Sure. Okay. But
believe me, I had a a week ago when this card was when Sram's expertise was spoiled and I was brewing with it. I had a 5-minute window where I thought of Reckless Bushwhacker. I was like, oh my god, that's incredible.
gonna be disgusting.
And then 5 minutes later, I was so disappointed.
Yeah, but
Head and hands.
but I've got a couple of this too. But I'm just playing, like I said, a normal Mardu vehicle approach. You are playing a whole new archetype.
Yeah, I'm a sort of. It looks a bit like a tokens deck because you have Zulaport Cutthroat and all these sack outlets with
Can we
Yahini.
just call it aristocrats? I'm kind of a big fan of aristocrats.
Sure. But it's very much an aggressive deck at its heart. You have Toolcraft Exemplar and Thraben Inspector, classic 1-drops at the bottom of the curve.
Classic 3/2 first striking 1-drops.
Yeah. Oh, I'm ready for week 1 with Toolcraft Exemplar when no one remembers it gets first strike.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I'm ready. So, and then you have Smuggler's Copter and Scrap Heap Scrounger. Scrounger is just your recursive body to keep sacrificing, bring back. Smuggler's Copter is obviously great with a bunch of tokens around. So you have really strong aggressive draws, but then they're backed up by this go wide and have Zulaport Cutthroat and just start suiciding your guys in until they just die.
You're also playing a new removal spell that is all ablaze.
Yeah, when you sacrifice all your stuff, now you get to play Fatal Push, just always with Vengeance turned on.
Revolt.
Revolt, that's it.
I corrected someone. 2007, remember this year. I corrected someone on a word of magic. Oh, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, we're you're off to a good start. We'll say I'm -1 to 1 or 0 to 1. I don't know how we're keeping score.
When you've had conversations with me, I do believe that there should be a handicap in my side.
Sure.
Like
okay, Brad's up 5-0 then. Yeah. But I'm excited to see how these aggressive decks pan out with SRAM's expertise because it competes a bit with Gideon. It likes to play with Gideon, and so I'm not sure if you can find a list that's a bit more mid-rangey and you start the curve at 2, but you still almost always want to play Toolcraft Exemplar and Thraben Inspector in these decks. There's just so many options.
I mean, and that's what we're doing on the Versus series this week. You've already seen it on Monday. We're just here to explore some of the new cards. The whole spoiler for us is not out yet. By next week, it will be.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to do leading up to the Opens and Pro Tours.
Yeah,
we're just here to try out some new things. Get this week I want a baseline of certain things like, is this mana good? Is that archetype good? Is Fatal Push worth exploring? Things like that. And then next week, once we have the whole spoiler, we're gonna get a whole lot more in depth with a lot of these things.
Yeah.
But for now, we're just gonna have some fun, and we might as well roll dice because we've been talking a lot. But it's been like a whole year since we've done this.
Yes.
So it's kind of fun to just sit in here and gabble a little
And
bit.
as Brad knows, I love the sound of my own voice. So if you let me talk.
It's unbelievable. It's like you pick a topic and then all of a sudden you get a book on it. Anyway, let's roll dice. I'm going to show you the 7-Eleven game if that's cool.
Yep.
All right. So I want more, punishment because Todd always gets me on it. But for those of you that don't know, and for Ross, just to make sure, we're both going to roll at the same time or as close to each other as possible and make sure we keep track. If you roll a 7, you lose. If you roll 11, you win. But if someone rolls an 11 the same time someone rolls a 7, the person with 11 goes on the play all 5 games. And I have had to deal with that twice already now.
Ooh. 11.
Well,
Okay, here for game 1, and my mana is shaky with this hand, but I just have such a good start and so many things to do while I draw out of it that I'm going to keep.
wow, you just spoke my language actually.
Just same hand.
Yeah, same hand.
Same hand. Thraben Inspector.
Okay, not the same hand.
Oof, that means mine's better than yours.
Is it? Go.
Okay then. Well, that was perfect.
No.
So I'll play the swamp, and I'm just gonna jam the Smuggler's Copter and attack for 1. It's unlikely I'll be able to block.
Sure. All right, 19.
Yep. And if we trade 1 for 1, then I'm fine with that too.
All right. Trade 1 for 1.
1 damage for 1 damage.
Oh, sure. Well, I feel like a race might be happening.
Eats a race.
But I can stop him from playing a 3-drop potentially if he has one in his hand by being defensive with this copter. I'm not great at this math or what these are, but I feel like I'm not missing out on much by attacking. since then he's just going to be able to smooth his draw out and pick his time where he wants to kill something. But he might want to kill the copter before I attack with it anyway, so maybe it's better to just be aggressive. All right, well, I'm going to get an energy.
Smart.
Made my first trigger. First trigger of 2017.
1 for 1.
All right, yeah. We're going to do that, trigger, and just attack.
I go to 17.
Your turn.
Okay, I'm going to play this Plains, play a Scrounger. I'll crew the copter and attack for 4, looped. And... I guess I am just going to discard this one. Spire of Industry.
Okay.
Brings you to 15.
Yep.
And you can go.
All right. Well, that seems like I might be looking at my first fatal push of the year.
What do you mean? I don't even know what that card does.
And I just played the wrong land, so I'm going to get punished for it. That's kind of annoying.
Are you going to have a tap land next turn?
No, I had a Plains. So because of how I want to play out my hand, I might...
Spew the energy?
Yeah, spew the energy, but maybe not. I think I just played these two out and not attack with the copter, forcing him to use the mana next turn. All right. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not playing an artifact, so if he wants to kill this, he can kill it. So I'll just go to trigger. Attack.
14.
14. I'll play Veteran Motorist, trigger. Don't really think I need either of these, so they'll both go to the bottom. And then I'm going to use my energy to play an Inventor's Apprentice. And I'll pass the turn.
Okay. The race is on. Maybe I should think about this. No. I thought about it. That was a fine draw. Okay. Hold on. I should not play this land first.
Yeah.
If I draw an untapped land, this could get way better. Wish I discarded this land instead of the Spire. I got greedy. Crew the copter.
Yep.
Mash for 6 loot.
Yep.
I'll discard a Shambling Vent.
Okay. So I know if I animate this, it's going to die. And so I can like wait a whole nother cycle to make him keep up a swamp. Since I can block here. I mean, I guess Anguish Unmaking would be a blowout. But then I might be able to hit him with a copter and do this and just get that value back. I think I'm just going to do that and try to make him keep up this mana. Block.
Okay, you take 3.
Yep.
Go to 12.
Yep. I don't know if this is correct.
Get another clue.
Yeah.
You can go.
All right. All right, not perfect. All right, now we can't really attack because then he can just get the Scrappy Scrounger back. This is really annoying not having a removal spell, and you do. But he can pop a clue then. Do I want him to be able to pop a clue?
I want to crack a clue.
I don't want you to crack a clue.
But I'm so clueless.
All right. I'm going to play a Scrounger.
Yep.
Crew Copter. Go to combat. There it is. think I only want to attack with this, since maybe removal spell changes the math here. And trading here just lets him Scrounger next turn if he wants to. And there's just no point in making that trade right now. So I'll just attack for 3, put you at 11. Play an Inspector, get a Max McVitie, and play an Inspire and say go. You don't know that my landed my last card.
It's getting a little awkward, but that's fine.
Man, isn't playing Magic great though? After such a long break,
Oh yeah. I think I want to loot first before I do anything, so I'll attack and loot, and that's kind of cool. Think I can. Yeah, it's a little awkward given my life total, but I think it's still better than this. So I'll discard this Raven Spectre. That also gives me a creature to fuel Scrounger. So you take 3, go to 9.
Yep.
And then I'll play SRAM's Expertise.
And how do I beat that?
Get 3 servos, and then I'll Anguished Unmaking the Scrap Heap Scrounger.
All right, so you go to 8.
Yep.
Okay, then.
You can go.
Huh. I'll attack. Sack my Max McVitie.
Yep.
Okay. Play a Caravan into that. I get to spell into spell too, buddy. Go.
Caravan could be annoying. By could be, I mean is.
Is it?
I mean, I still feel fine, but
Yeah.
So
I guess if I find an answer to Copter.
yeah, that's my position is tenuous. I'll say that. So why don't I crack a clue first? So my card is a brick. If I draw a 2-drop off this loot, then I can play it and return Scrounger, which I like doing. And I have a card I want to discard anyway, so I don't even want to crack a clue. And then if I'm going to be chump blocking this Caravan, I might want to actually use a Thraben Inspector instead of the Copter. So yeah, let's do that. Attack and loot. Awkward. I want to keep both of these. It's possible I want to discard this just so I have more mana to start doing things with these clues. So this card is actually not great here. Yeah, I'm going to actually discard this Yahini.
The new card? You're discarding the new card?
Yep. Now I might as well crack a clue for...
Do I take damage or not?
Oh, yeah, you take 3. You're at 6. Well, we're definitely doing that.
All right. Well, you do that. I'm going to sit in my energy.
Okay. Well, now I get to play a tapped land in case that's relevant. So you can go.
All right. So I have to worry about him bringing back a Scrounger. That didn't do anything, so we will kill Max McVitie. Ooh. That plays.
That's not good.
That plays, but I don't know how aggressive I want to get because I want mine attacking with this thing, but then his Scrounger attacks, and he's kind of winning the race. And the Shambling Mints can come in too, so it's all bad.
At least one of your cards is a land. That's okay.
Yeah, I think I just have to say go and hope I can win a top deck war. against more resources.
Well, I'm no longer attacking with Scrounger this turn, so I think I just want to crack the clue instead. That was pretty good.
No.
Crew.
In combat.
Okay, then.
F5.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, my removal comes with damage. All right, rinse, repeat.
You can go.
All right. Go.
I'll return the Scrounger. Gives me a third artifact too, so my Exemplar will have first strike. So 6 to 5. So I could attack with, say, all 3 of these. Brad can, I guess he can only crew here. He can eat the Exemplar and double block the Scrounger if he wanted to do that. But then I might as well just attack with these as well. So he can't double block unless he has a removal spell. So either you drew a removal spell or you bricked. If you drew a removal spell and let me attack, kill the copter, eat the Exemplar, then you're still not in great shape unless I'm just dead the next turn. But yeah, you just block both Thraben Inspectors, take 5, go to 1, I go to 7, and then you untap, and this is 8. So I would just die.
Yeah, you better keep a blocker.
Yeah. So I can't really go all out. And in that case, I think I just want to crew and serve with the copter. Yeah, crew, declare tax.
Yep.
Loop.
Yep. 3.
You can go.
All right, dead.
Wow. Drew a lot of lands at the end. Wish I kept that Yahini.
All right, so I'm on the play with not one of the most spectacular hands that this deck can have, but it is showcasing how the new land is completely useless.
Well, my hand is going to showcase how the new land is completely useful. So we'll get two sides of the coin.
All right.
I have to scry, Brad.
Oh yeah, I forgot you mulliganed.
Yeah, I did mulligan because I'm so unlucky. So my hand is a little awkward on the draw, given just how it's made up. And this is a nice defensive option. So I think I'm going to keep it. You just no one drop?
No one drop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Plans.
All right. All right, we're going to start off with the Scrounger and pass the turn.
I, too, will start off with a Scrounger.
Ooh.
Off of Spire of Industry.
Would you like to block?
Yes, but I can't.
I put you at 17. And I think the best play here is just to... I wonder if this is the best play, actually. It might not be. I mean, it's better for... If we draw a land, untapped land, we get to start double spelling. So it's probably best to just play this. We could also play this to make that a possibility. This is weird. I haven't played a lot of Mardu vehicles, except for when I was testing for the Players' Champs, when that didn't matter because no one showed up with it. But we beat it. It took a really... I spent so much time testing for that damn matchup, and it took so long to figure out that Ishkanah's not good in the matchup, the Black-Red Aggro deck, and no one played it. Or a couple did, but they didn't get anywhere. Anyway, back to the task at hand.
But Brad's not bitter.
Oh, I'm not bitter. I put the wrong eggs in the wrong basket. All right, so we need to get a Thopter. Your turn.
Interesting. I think I actually just like playing this on defense, so play copter.
Oh, no land?
Nope.
That sucks. Attack you.
I will take 9 and go to 8.
Yeah. Hey, look, Mardu Vehicles winning on the play.
Okay. I'm not sure what that does. This can definitely attack.
Yeah. 17.
And why don't I go to 7 and play this guy?
All right.
You can go. The idea here is that hopefully I hit a land and can do this next turn, and that might get us somewhere. Now I'm wishing I just bottomed to this.
All right. That makes you DOB. Energy.
DOB.
Can't block. Double pump.
Yep.
I can do math.
I'm dead.
All right, so I'll start it off. I don't really know what I'm doing. I think I don't want veteran modus because
Brad, we already went over this. We have to tell them we know what we're doing.
Oh, I
This
am
is
standard.
exactly right.
I am standard Brad Nelson, and my word is divine.
This is what you should be doing.
Veteran motorist does not work well against SRAM's expertise. Therefore, I'm cutting it along with SRAM's expertise because logic.
For reasons.
I just threw these in the deck to try them out, and I don't think they're going to work in this matchup. And it doesn't feel like the kind of card because I don't have any Anthem effect, or I'm not utilizing the bodies like your deck is trying to. With Anthem effects and
Super Cutthroat, Yahini.
yeah, things of that nature. So I'm going to cut these for the package that's normal, which is Galvanic Bombardment and Weaver of Lightning that are good against creature decks.
Yeah, Weaver sounds great.
Yeah, I originally had 3, but I cut it so you didn't think that our first match in 2017 was me trying to exploit. But this is what people have been playing online lately. But I just want to try this Release the Gremlins. And I don't think this is going to be great. On 3 mana, it can kill a copter, which gives me a 2/2, and that's pretty relevant. But I just want to see if ever when you play SRAM's Expertise, if I just kill like 2 of yours and upgrade to make 2 2/2s, like these games can become pretty attrition-y. And late game, if this is starting my hand, but I have a lot of lands, SRAM's Expertise might be a liability.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And also just even killing a Scrounger and a Copter, or a Scrounger and a Clue that's been left stranded, seems pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's Manic Vandal's just a pretty reasonable tempo play. So.
Yeah. So, we don't have Gremlins yet, so we have to figure out what token we're going to make the director go get to represent Gremlins, because they don't exist yet. But in the nature of Gremlins, you want to use squirrels?
That's what
That's so cheeky of you.
It's not squeaky.
Don't shake your head. Anyway, what are you doing?
I am essentially toning down on the synergistic elements of the deck because Brad is going to have a lot of removal in the post-board games. So he's going to be able to break up any big boards. So I don't think I'm going to get to the point where I'm really comboing out with Zulaport Cutthroat and Sacrifice outlets. So I've trimmed on those, and I've trimmed on Anguish Unmaking, which is just expensive. The life loss is a liability in this matchup. I'm going to bring in some more efficient removal spells, Fragmentize and Declaration in Stone, and then Angel of Invention is sort of my card that can go over the top and create a really, really huge board. Even either as a 2/1 that makes some 2/2/2s, or as just a 4/3 flying first strike.
Oh, left unchecked, it's just going to dominate the game.
Yep.
That is a card that I thought was going to see more played and hasn't yet.
Yeah, it's sort of in most decks that would want it, it's been outclassed by Avacyn.
Yeah.
So that's been an issue. That happens a lot actually in recent years. There are just cards that you think are good and they just get outclassed by something that's better.
The new Mana Leak might be interesting with that card because you can make 2 Copters and counter with 1 blue up.
So it's 6 mana.
Yeah, that just got spoiled. I don't remember what it's called. It's something Expertise. It's the Convoke Mana Leak. It just got spoiled.
It's not an Expertise, but it's
or whatever it's called. The ability that. What's the ability that provoke?
Convoke for artifacts. I don't remember.
Okay. All right. Anyway, that's sideboard.
It's going to take a while for us to learn all the terms.
We are pros at this. We are pros at this.
Okay, here for game 3, and my hand's great. We're going to run him over.
Well, my hand is good at not getting run over, so bring it.
Okay, probably not going to run him over. I will play a Toolcraft Exemplar.
Ooh. Do I want to take some licks from the toolcraft? I don't know, and I don't think we have time to get here. So I think... yeah, go.
Copter attack for 3.
Nope.
Tried to get him. Didn't work.
All right, go.
Tried so hard. Okay. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Ooh, I know what we can do.
What can you do?
We can get fancy.
Ooh.
I'm about to get fancy. I'm gonna get a clue.
Right. Yep.
I'm gonna crew this copter.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack for 3.
No, you're not.
Help!
I just drew that.
I'll play this.
All right.
I was gonna discard it to the copter and then return
You're
it.
just gonna get such a good free roll off of it. Tilt. Let's pop this so we try not to lose. We'll hold box. Go. Missing a land drop was bad.
That's mildly awkward. Okay. So we're certainly attacking.
17. Couldn't stop the bleeding forever.
I think I'm just gonna cast one of
All right.
this. You can go. Just 3 servos.
Ooh, there we go.
Tilt.
Well, it's not like it's like...
You have so many cards in your hand.
That is true. I have a ton of cards.
How did that even happen?
Well, you mulliganed.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. How did that happen?
Mm-mm.
Card count?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was on
1,
the play.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. With a clue.
Oh, you popped a clue already?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I still have my clue over here.
All right, what should I do? Could throw this out there, but I feel like the last card in his hand might be a Fatal Push that doesn't want to hit a Thraben Inspector, or the way he acted, it's a SRAM's Expertise, but I don't want to use that outside information. So my gut instinct before he said anything was that it is a removal spell. So I want to play accordingly around that. So that might be play Scrounger Inventor's Apprentice, so that just holds off a good assault. And we can always put this into play later. But this also stops the Scrounger, so if that is a removal spell, I stem the bleeding. It's probably just safer to do this. So I'm just going to do that and say go. Because then I at least get to start attacking too.
Okay. I will mush for 3.
Yep, 14.
14, you say. So I think I'm just gonna jam this again. More Thopter or servos. Keep
Yep.
calling Thopters. You can go. Hopefully we can set up some just alpha strikes where Brad can't block a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I'm going to be able to block.
I'll take 3. 17.
17. And now that you're empty-handed, I think I must get my energy, not use it, play a Weaver of Lightning, and then play another Thraben and get a clue.
Okay.
And hope this thing lives through the turn. Your turn. Even though with so many tokens, it's not like it's going to...
Come on, Angel of Invention.
Ooh, that would be brutal.
We didn't draw Angel of Invention. Crack the clue. Okay, that plays.
Fatal Push. Oh, something has to die for that to happen. Oh, another...
A declaration.
All right, so I get another Max McVitie.
And yeah, maybe if I declaration the Thrabens, I can actually just attack with a bunch of stuff. You get to eat this, block here, take 6. No, you're not low enough for that to be a thing. Let's kill that guy. Mush for 3.
Is it worth Blocking this turn. There's a creature in the graveyard. Doesn't seem like it. I'm just going to go to 11.
11. Okay. Let this land.
All right. All right. Attack with my Scrounger.
14.
Play another land and a Pia.
Okay. Gives you a Thopter.
Yep. And your turn. Too much stuff. I guess I can save space and go over here. There we go.
You have one card in hand?
I have one card.
Isn't that convenient? So I'm thinking about attacking with Shambling Vent. It'll probably just trade off. It's probably not good for me. I like the idea of Brad right now having no creatures in his graveyard in case I want to trade for Scrounger. I think I'd rather just trade this event for the Scrounger, which will likely induce a block on my own Scrounger at some point. So let's just stay the course.
This is so weird. Magic's so weird.
Yep.
All right. 8.
You can go. Might just die to this Thopter.
All right, that's not bad.
That's not what I want to hear. I want to hear that it is bad. It's very bad.
It might make me want to keep this back, though.
Scrap Heap Scrounger? The creature that doesn't block?
Yes.
Oh. Oh. Now he's getting fancy.
It's weird, because if I attack, he can just trade off, or he cannot, and then to crew, I would need to use 2 creatures, so it feels like a big strike could happen. I'm not going to do any actual combat math for how long it takes to kill you, but I'm just going to assume that attacking with a Thopter makes sense.
Yep.
Chat 13, and I'm going to play this.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
I hope I draw a Zulaport Cutthroat. That was not Zulaport Cutthroat. So at this point, I can't really attack. So I'll play a Toolcraft Exemplar.
All right. Man, that thing has first strike.
You can go.
All right, pop a clue.
Oh man, we still have this clues
Oh
over
yeah,
there.
no, we're feeling back up. Ooh, that is a juicy one.
This thing needs more anthems for these servos to be real.
All right, sack my last clue.
I don't like any of these noises, Brad. Where is the? Ugh.
Oh, my hand is so great. I don't even want to be too aggressive here.
12.
Now the question is, do I cast both things? Because if I cast both things, then like an Angel Intervention or some anthem or a Cutthroat or something is threatening. So I think I'm just going to play a Smuggler's Copter and say go.
That would have been really good up until this turn. How can I make this work? You are about to attack for, I guess you can attack for 7 in the air if you just wanted some. On a 2 or 3 turn clock. My guess, this is certainly, it has to be dying. So I am just going to play it. Trigger Fabricate.
So if I kill it in response, you can still make 2 1/1s, right?
Yes.
All right, I will let you
Make 2 1/1s.
man 2 2s.
Sure. And
Man, I'm dead. Hope Ross doesn't attack me.
how? I don't even think you're dead if you had nothing and I attacked. You get to you have 5. I guess maybe you are. I guess you have 5 blockers.
Yeah.
2, 3. These can't attack. 4, 5. I guess you're exactly dead. And if I attack and then you show me the inevitable removal spell, this thing dies. You eat this thing. Eat this thing. Trade here with an apprentice, and then eat a bunch of stuff here.
And then kill you on the backswing.
And then eat those 2. You take 4, brings you to 4. I have then the 4 servos. And do you kill me on the backswing through 2 blockers? Probably. Yeah, you crew here. 1 can't block. Return it. Crew here.
I can't.
Another can't block.
I would have to have something die. Yeah, I could probably figure out the math to do it.
Yeah, well, you're trading 1 here, and you only
Yeah.
need to return it once. So when you trade here, then you get to do that.
Yeah, I don't
And
think you
this
can
attack
attack.
is for 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it would be for 13. Yep, 13's more than 12. So yeah, you can go.
All right, kill it.
And I take damages?
Yeah, you're at 9. I think that was correct to do because I don't want to waste all my mana next turn on doing it in case we also draw something worth playing, which we might have. I don't see much more. Yeah, so we can put him on a 2-turn clock. I think that's the only real play we have. All right, move to combat.
Yep.
Attack trigger.
Yep.
All right, discard that.
I'm at 5.
No, I'm gonna do 1 pump.
Sure. 4.
Jet 4. So now I'm ever so much closer to just killing him with a Thopter. Maybe I should keep the land, but whatever. I'll just play these 2 and make a clue and say go.
Okay.
What is it?
It's a plains. So even if I attack here, this is 8 servos, so this is 12 attackers, and you have 1, or this occurs here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so you take 6 and survive it 2. If I just attack with this to gain the life, then your attack is
You're
for
still lethal.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Yeah, I can only go to 6. Yep.
All right. Whew. That did not feel well played. Just well drawn in the early turns.
Okay, here for game 4, and I just have a fine hand.
Yeah, I mean, mine has the 1 Spar Buff Canal that I left in the deck.
Nice job.
Thank you. Hey, it's casting my 1 drop.
That's good. That's good at least. Why don't I play this one, and then I'll play this one.
All right. We'll get an energy. I'm going to put it over here.
Can't
And
misplace that energy placard.
I wonder if I want to get aggressive. My hand screams aggression, actually. And he could just play a 2-drop and Fatal Blow. Like, I chose not to put it in this deck mostly because, like, it's not easy on the mana, but I also wanted to show how awesome it is. Like, you know the green-black aggro deck that we played at the player champs where, like, your copter into 2-drop Blossoming Defense was a big play? But this 2-drop into Fatal Blow or Fatal Push is just absurd.
Like
I just
push in that deck too.
I just don't even think it's worth holding back.
Yeah. 18.
Go ahead.
You have Catacomb Sifter in that deck to trigger Revolt.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep playing these Concealed Courtyards. I had 1 mana removal spell, so
Okay, sweet.
plus 2-drop. Crew attack.
Yep, 17.
And I guess I will do this. Discard this guy.
All
I
right.
keep discarding this card and then wanting it later.
Okay. I guess it's just the best play. Attack for 2 and pass the turn.
So I'm at 16.
Yeah, but you've got the copter.
I do indeed. I will play this. Play a Yahini.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce this card. We'll figure it out. Crew, attack, and loot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll discard their copy.
Jeez. All right, 11.
You can go.
All right, well, that's good, but not on time. Might want to hold this back to threaten to block here. All right, attack for 4.
I go to 12.
Your turn.
My turn. You just have a bunch of removal spells?
No.
Well, I'm going to kill this thing on your end step.
He gets a counter, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's how that'll work.
Yep.
Didn't quite do it. So then let's So if I crew the copter, it's probably going to kill it. And then I'll be sad. So yeah, so let's just jam with those guys. I'll sacrifice this to make him indestructible.
Yep. And I'll just gain all that energy.
Yep. So you take 3, brings you to 8.
Yep.
And then I will play another copter and pass.
Okay, pop my clue.
Yep.
All right, well, I have blockers.
I guess while you're tapped out, I'm going to return
Sure.
this, in case he wants to try to kill the Yahini in response.
I'll have some chump blockers, but that doesn't work well with the
One of my cards was backwards.
Yummy. But I don't know how we're going to get there otherwise by not just playing both of our things. So, all right, well, attack for 3.
So at this point, it's going to be tough for me to crew all of these copters. So I kind of, but trading it off, he just returns it. So am I okay with him using 2 mana? Am I okay trading this copter away for a loot and 2 of Brad's mana and 3 life? And I almost think the answer is yes. Yeah, I think it's maybe not. Actually, no, I'll just take 3.
Sure, you're at 9?
Yeah, maybe that's a little too aggressive.
All right.
Okay,
And your turn.
that's not too bad. I would have also gotten a counter on this thing. That's another minor point. Okay, well, not great, but not bad. I'll get a clue.
All right.
Now, so I'm at 9, and you're at 8. The most aggressive line is just actually, I think the line might be crew, attack with these, and then hold up so I can, if I need a blocker, I can sack here, return, and crew the copter on defense. Probably should have just traded. So, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So
right.
I'll attack like that and loot.
Okay.
And now I have the awkward situation. So this, if I keep the land, then I can do the scrounger play and crack this clue. And I can't cast this if I discard the land. So I think I'm going to make the awkward play of discarding a great card.
Yeah, I mean, we're not at that point in the game.
Yeah, if I'd hit, like I had it for 2 turns, I needed to hit the land.
All right, so if that is anything, I'm not going to win much, and I think my only line is to try to get some damage through somehow, and I have to make a block, so I will block, and I'm just
So
going
you
to
go
go
to 2, and then this guy gets counter.
Yeah, and then you play
And-
cutthroat and kill me.
No. So now I guess the land actually lets me hold a vent, and then if I want to do that
I think
too.
you're just dead on board.
Am I?
Yeah,
I
because
have.
you only have one blocker.
No, I have 2.
Oh yeah, because if I charge that, then you can crew it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Oh no, I guess aren't I still dead? This was bad then, because you tap this to crew here. This gets rid of my 2 blockers. This attacks for 7 for 2 mana, and then even without a land, you had 2 extra mana to pump. Oh no, you needed a land.
Yeah.
So I left myself just dead to a land like an idiot.
Do you want to back up?
No, there's just too much to back up.
Okay.
Who knows what? Like
Attack.
activate
Can't block.
crew.
Kill it. Oh no, that doesn't work. No.
Well, I mean, I just sacrifice and then take 8.
Uh.
Or I'm at 9. Yeah. And you
Oh,
pump.
and then I pump. Okay.
Yeah.
But I still thought you were gonna take damage, but I could have done it differently too.
Yeah, I should have just traded for that on that turn for your 2 mana. Okay, here for game 5, I am on the play, and this hand looks good, so I'll keep.
Yeah, my hand is beautiful.
Well, that's not good. I have this guy again.
Oh. I have an apprentice.
Okay. Okay, that was a good draw. I have Smuggler's Copter and attack for 3.
All right.
You can go. 17. The ideal start.
Guess I have a Max Vidi and an attack for 2.
18.
Your turn.
So this is probably Galvanic Bombardment to kill the Exemplar. That's fine. I'll play a Scrounger, crew the Copter,
Yeah, I just got to kill that thing.
attack and loot.
Maybe that's not correct, but whatever.
I'll discard the card I discard every time.
All right.
You go to 14.
That's an indicator.
You can go.
Ugh. Things are not looking good. But at least there's a weakness. All right, attack.
I'm gonna kill this apprentice.
All right, take one.
We've been getting into a lot of racing situations. I want to protect my life total a bit.
Go.
Well then. Play this guy, crew copter, attack loot. And discard.
Jeez.
You're at 11.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Huh. All right. Well. I guess. I guess we're just going to play this and say go.
Okay. Well, this feels like a harness lightning. That would make sense. So if you have harness lightning and I go like crew with my thing and try to attack with everybody. You get to harness lightning down this, ping this, and block it with a weaver, and take 2, and get my scrounger sort of for free. I do have a bunch of creatures to return scroungers, so I don't think that's actually a big deal. So I think I do want to keep trying to press. So I'll play Thraben Inspector, get a clue.
All right.
Crew Copter.
Mm-hmm.
Cloud attacks.
Yep.
Well, didn't expect to get to loot here. You don't have 3 power to do that. I guess you could just double block any if you wanted to do that, but that seems meh. Yeah, loot.
Yep.
I will discard this Ram's Expertise, which is quite poor against a Weaver.
All right, I'll pop my clue. Huh. I don't think I want to trade here because we can go here, but then you can sack the Thraben Inspector and get a counter, and we just trade Thraben Inspectors.
Yep.
So I think I'm just taking 5 and blocking.
Brings you to 6.
Yep.
I'll play a Shambling Vent and pass.
All right. Interesting enough. All right. Get an energy. And I'm going to play a Copter and pass the turn.
I'll crack this clue.
Yep.
Well, it's a little awkward, but what are you gonna do? You have 2 in hand.
Mm-hmm.
At least one has to be a removal spell. If I once again just make this same attack. Now Brad has the option of crewing Inspector into Copter into Caravan, and Caravan blocking Scrap Heap Scrounger. And then he can block here and take 2. I think I'm pretty okay with that. If he has a removal, he didn't have a removal spell last turn, and so I don't think I want to play around removal spells now. So yeah, crew.
All right.
Attack. Loot with Copter. I'll discard a Toolcraft Exemplar. Also bad against Weaver of Lightning.
Mm-hmm. All right. Crew.
Yep.
Block trigger.
Trigger on the stack. I think I'd rather throw this away than the Henny, so give him indestructible.
Okay.
Yeah, you can loot.
All right. I'll discard this and go to 3.
3. Post combat, I'll play an Expertise and an Exemplar.
Ugh.
You can go.
This has to be a good one. This has to be a real good one. Yeah, I can't fake it anymore.
I'm stuck on this
Oh,
again.
jeez.
Okay, we had it this time.
Yeah, flooded out a little bit that game. Oh, man, yeah, I wasn't going to beat that. We good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, it was a little slow and technical versus video to come back on.
Yeah.
But,
Which was odd because it was slow and technical, but we were racing.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, that's what Scrounger aggressive decks tend to do, and what showcases the power of that card.
Yeah.
It's really good on the play, but it's also something you have to keep in your deck because, like, I had to keep it even though I was on the draw all 3 sideboarded games, but you need it to make sure all of your artifact things work out. But also, when these games are like that, we had games where we're just attacking with those 2 permanents.
Yeah,
Because-
and it's a lot better in the post-board games too because you have a lot of cheap removal to make sure you don't get run over. So it's actually less of a liability post-board.
Yeah,
than it would
because
be
you have just
pre-board.
better removal spells. But the one thing that I wanted to say about your deck. Now, I just played a Mardu deck. I didn't want to play a lot of new cards, like I said earlier in the video, because I wanted to see one deck have them. I didn't want to just have a mirror-esque thing happen where we just don't even showcase how good a card is.
Yeah.
But those early turns were really frustrating to play around Fatal Push. Like, I felt it on my side a lot. And it's not even if you have it or not, it's the risk of it. Because, like, how am I supposed to play around 1 mana removal spell for my Copter?
Yeah, you almost always just double spell on 3 if they play into it, which is a huge tempo swing. And if you play around Fatal Push and they don't have it and you just give them Copter advantage, that's a huge edge to just be giving them for free. So in the most high leverage situations where you're trying to maintain Copter parity, those are the situations where you can't play around Fatal Push. So it's going to be at its best. Yeah,
and one thing I noticed about my deck is that because of the new land, I didn't feel like I was missing out on black that often. And even like, let's say Team MGG's Esper Aggro deck from the last Invitational.
Yeah.
That deck could use that land and maybe even the token generator. I mean, maybe not that card, but using the additional land can help the deck bridge, because the mana is actually not that good for blue-white when you're using Shadow and what's the other one?
Port Town.
Port Town, yeah.
And Prairie Stream.
Yeah, Port Town and Prairie Stream, but this one is going to help fix your mana once you have an artifact in play, and it's going to give you access to more black mana. So, like, that could even give you the chance to play Fatal Push. I don't know. I think mana is just going to be super interesting moving forward, because there's difficult things to do with it, and, like, artifacts are so important in this set. I like it for deck building. Now, we are living in a world right now where what we're doing might not be relevant if Marvel and Aether and Emrakul and Ishkanah can't be beat with these cards, and we're hoping they can be.
Yeah.
But like, we're talking about Fatal Push.
It's like deadweight on their Servant, which is like not bad. So it's at least functional in that matchup.
But what I mean is, like, it's not where you want to be. Like, we are talking about new cards and we're playing some new things, and these games are very interesting. But I mean, the thing that we have to figure out is, will these cards actually beat Ishkanah and Emrakul and stuff like that? And they haven't spoiled the whole set. And I really think they knew that Aetherworks was very good, and obviously Emrakul was, because they put a lot of work into Emrakul.
Oh yeah.
So I'm assuming that I'm hoping that they switched it up, and that they're saving something for us, right? Like a Pithy Needle, a Phyrexian Revoker, something, right? Just like something out of the norm,
and something that like stops Delirium, probably, like maybe.
I mean, I don't care about Delirium as much, because I think Ishkanah is a fair card. I just don't think that Emrakul is. Like, that's the mistake. Like Delirium, I think messing with each opponent's Delirium is like not where we have to be in Magic anymore. I remember looking back at all the old times where we had all the hate, and I do agree that there's certain hate, but like graveyard stuff, whatever. We're not abusing our graveyards, we're just counting our graveyards.
Yeah.
But the big thing is, like, Emrakul and Aetherworks are pretty dominant, so maybe it has to be dealing with the graveyard, but that doesn't beat Aetherworks, and I don't know. I'm hoping you all know what's in the set, and hopefully they gave us something. I mean, we have like these weird cards that just got spoiled, like Dig Up Ajani or Dig Up Tezzeret, but the other versions, like the
dual whatever.
The dual ones, like, these are rares in the set that dig up the dual ones.
That are legal and standard, but not in the set. They're doing some weird stuff.
They're doing some weird stuff. Dark Intimations. Intimations, right? I don't know that word.
The one that exiles a card from your graveyard?
No, the Nicobol's card.
Oh, the
Dark
mini
Intimations, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but
the mini cruel ultimatum.
Yeah. But they're doing some really unique things with the set, but hopefully they just give us something to deal with these cards, and maybe they don't know it's a big risk yet.
Maybe, I mean, I'm thinking that once we get another set, now some of these aggressive decks, they get a little bit better, they get more consistent, a little bit more powerful, and then now the Marvel decks, even though they're good at playing this long game, if you disrupt them, sometimes they're just vulnerable to you killing them on turn 4 and 5.
Well, that was actually the funny thing. I didn't do any content about the Players' Championships, and anyone that doesn't want to listen to us still gab is already gone, so
sure.
I don't feel like...
They're in for the long haul.
Yeah, they're here for it all. But one of the more interesting things was that coming out of the Invitational, we thought that Team MGG broke with their Esper Aggro deck. And that deck was so good. So, like, Todd and I tested a lot. I made Todd test more for that tournament than I think he ever has in his life. He was just drained by the end of it. But he had to, like, test as much as I could get him to test like I do normally.
Yeah.
It still wasn't as much as the normal Grand Prix or something that I test, but it was close.
And Todd's,
Oh yeah, it was grueling for him.
you're like the jogger getting his friend to work out, get better shape, and
Yeah.
just like, oh, I get to the top of the hill.
That's pretty much what it was. But he was a good sport of just playing Esper Aggro, and I kept throwing Aetherworks decks at it, and he was just destroying me. But like Team MGG had different results going into the Players Champs because they had a different sideboard plan. And so I don't know if our sample size is too small. I'm not going to argue who's right or wrong.
Yeah.
It was
There's
just
so many variables.
Yeah,
that-
but it was just really funny that I'm still under the impression that Mardu is a slight dog to the matchup, but is good against other decks in the format and gives you a chance to beat things. But Esper Aggro is the deck. That's the style deck that you want to play to beat Aetherworks. So it exists. Even if it's like an Aetherworks deck trying to fight it. And it also, Aetherworks doesn't look like it's gotten any new toys.
I agree.
But again, we'll see. We'll figure it all out. We'll have a couple more versus videos later this
I'm
week.
sure we'll be testing against those Titans.
Oh yeah, next week is when we're gonna have to bring out the big guns.
Yeah, we'll have hero villain in a couple of the videos. You'll
Yeah,
get to see
we'll
that,
have to.
and then we'll break out some. Really,
I mean, I already villained here, but I just wanted to see like an aggressive versus aggressive deck.
yeah, we'll break out some fun stuff. We'll get more like fully fleshed out decks. So that'll be great.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Join us later this week with some more versus videos. Enjoy the pre-release this weekend, and
If you're in the area, come down to the Star City Game Center. Do they have a playmat this time? Normally they give us a playmat to show off.
yeah,
Put it on screen.
Okay.
it's on screen.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's so shiny.
You can get this sweet
The
playmat.
animal is doing a cool thing.
I bet there's a punny name for it too.
Banjo. That's great. But yeah, I always love playing Two Headed Giant. That's
Yeah,
my treat.
That's your thing.
Yeah, so I'll be there both days playing Two Headed Giant with my girl. But anyway, thanks for watching. Join us later this week. I already said that. Anyway, for Ross and Brad, we're professionals and we're good at our jobs. And don't say we aren't. Bye.
Bye.